we had companies move from pension plans, you know, that would be happening whether 401k was still around or not. And so the reality of that shift, Rachel, is that, you know, an unintended consequence of legislation that was designed to protect the pension system is killing it. And then we had this fluky little paragraph 401k added, you know, that was never intended to be the backbone of the private retirement. It's expected to carry this big heavy load that, you know, was never intended. All right. So, you know, it's no mystery that we're kind of where we are and saying, wow, what in the heck, you know, we're looking at going forward. You know, that's kind of a quick picture of how we have now evolved to a system where going forward, individuals pretty much have responsibility for dealing with it on their own and taking control and knowing what the heck they're doing and doing things like, you know, you and others encourage us saying, hey man, you got to have a plan. Yeah, you got to have a strategy, you know, because nobody else is going to do it. 401k in its rawest form is nothing more than a way to help people save money for the future, retirement or otherwise. And what it does is it converts spenders into saving by making saving the first priority. And I've had, you know, tons of participants over the years, including myself, you know, who have acknowledged they would have never begun to have accumulated what they did without the 401k, you know, that it happens first rather than, you know, the last thing that you do. The pain in 401k we anguish over, which is very real, comes to the fact that if you have money, you have to invest it. And that's the pain. And so when I was talking about blowing up the investment structure, there were two pieces of it specifically. The first is the fact it's become much more complex than necessary. You know, the original plans only had two options that you split your money 25% multiples. It took less than a minute for me to explain the options to participants. There wasn't anything really with that structure. Okay? You know, making it as complicated as today really hasn't helped. Individuals need to have a strategy. You know, if their goal, I mean, you either kind of have one of two goals as I see it. You know, there's an element that you folks deal with that have a goal to do well and let's get to kind of maybe be wealthy, you know, as we look on a broad scale. And nothing wrong with that, certainly. And, you know, there are proven successful ways of coaching people to be able to do that. And, you know, I laud you folks for what you're doing with that group. The vast majority, we can't have a society where everybody, you know, is filthy rich and wealthy, all right? You know, who's going to mow our lawn? You know, who's going to take care of the clean rooms in the hotel? Yeah, all this stuff, okay, getting our food, etc. You know, we need a healthy middle class. That's what's made America different and unique. And, you know, most who are in that category aren't motivated beyond going to work every day, earning my paycheck, hopefully building enough that I someday don't have to keep doing that when the alarm clock goes off and I can retire. And I'm not knocking that. I'm just, you know, I'm around them, you know. I mean, that's, we need those folks, you know, that are steady, you know, in the workforce, and that's their goal. Unfortunately, we have too many below that, you know, that don't even work. They want to be totally taken care of forever. And I see too many of those too. So, so that's kind of the three audiences